video, learn the 6 amazing principles of interior design. The foundation of interior design is coming up. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Asha and this video is a lesson in interior design. We finally finished the design element and you can find it in the description. Today we're going to start a new topic, which is the principles of interior design. So if this is your first time here and you love architecture, want to learn more about it, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. Before you decide the materials or position your furniture, before doing anything, you need to be familiar with the process, the design process. It's very important to know how to start, how to design, what is the principles. Today we'll talk about these principles of interior design. These principles actually are 6 and it's very important to know. Balance, harmony, scale, in phases, variety, and rhythm. I'll explain each one individually in order to understand all of them. And let's begin with balance. So this video is about balance. When you look at any design and you like the design, you feel comfortable just for looking at this design. These feelings don't happen by chance. There's many reasons, but the most important one is balance. The design is balanced. Maybe there's balance between colors, lines, textures, patterns, light, and even scale. As architects, we've become quite adept in applying both the elements and the principles of design to our projects to create interesting spaces and buildings that help the whole. There's many principles of design. Everyone understands the importance of balance, and if you don't, you should be, because balance is not in your design, but even in your life, your emotions, and your job. One lesson that we learn quite quickly from a very young age is that without balance, things tend to go sideways and even fall over. What I'm trying to tell you is balance is constant in your lives, in our lives, but how we can translate this balance into interior design. Balance is achieved by distributing the visual weight of objects within a space. To achieve the feeling of equilibrium, the size, shape, color, and texture, all of them have a major impact on the visual weight of a particular item. Larger, darker, brighter, and highly textured objects typically feel heavier. When I say balance, I mean and refer to the appropriate organizing of things, elements, colors to make the room balanced, to create visual balance, to make it comfortable, in order to achieve visual comfort. Because our first goal is to make the room comfortable, right? Your design must be capable to look at and enjoy. When you design something unbalanced, it will be visual tension. Balance can be achieved in 3 ways: symmetrically, asymmetrically, and radially. So let's talk first about symmetrical balance, the formal one. This type is the easiest way to achieve the balance. This type, you create a central axis, then repeat the element in this axis. It's like you have a mirror. Symmetrical balance can be thought of as 50-50 balance, or like a mirror image. It's the simplest way. You don't have to overthink about what to do. Using a symmetrical shape and giving a formal impression. Symmetry is created by evenly dividing space and elements. Symmetry can create order, solemn, calm, and stillness. Symmetry makes the design simple and easy on the eye. This type of balance is frequently seen in nature, our own bodies included. However, can also be seen as static, dull, and unimaginative. Symmetry can be achieved through the use of pattern arrangements of furniture, pictures, and millwork, and through the application of color. So keep in mind that symmetry makes the design simple and formal, and symmetrical spaces give the users the impression of calm and comfort, which is why they are ideal in bedrooms. The second type is asymmetrical balance. Here, the two sides of the central axis are not identical. They are different from each other, but the elements arrangements make them look balanced. There is a clear axis and two sides. Its contrast. It's achieved through the use of an odd number of contrasting elements, in which lines, colors, and shapes are used in space without repetition. And it expresses two sides of the artwork that are not exactly the same, but are still visually balanced. The axis doesn't have to be in the center, but rather relies more on the eye's sense of balance to complete the design. Instead of having identical objects on either side of the central axis, unequal balanced spaces contain different objects of equal visual weight on either side of the line. It takes you away from the formal look. Usually, an asymmetric design is done with an odd number of disparate elements, lines, colors, shapes, and textures balanced in a space without duplication. Keep in mind, the symmetric design gives a casual, natural, and lively impression, makes the interior space more relaxing and lively. Look at this design. In this design, the symmetric balance is achieved. Despite delay in the design elements, the design is balanced. So the bookshelves along the wall are equivalent to the weight of the sofa and seats. And to increase the sense of balance, the designer designed the ceiling above the sofa in the same color as the shelves and with the same material. Asymmetric balance makes the interior space more vibrant, and symmetric spaces help users focus and attention and give a sense of dynamism and movement, which is why it's ideal in office rooms. Radial balance. Well, it's very simple to understand. You just choose a point to be the circle center, or let's say a focal point, which other elements radiate or spread around it. The radial design is kind of circular, and it doesn't have to be in the center of the room or use the whole circle. You just choose your focal point. It can be anything you want, maybe a fireplace. You see this kind of balance often in classic style homes with large spaces. I know maybe it's difficult to connect round rooms with the other spaces, but the result can be amazing and attractive to the eye. Radiation balance gives the impression of dignity and luxury to the space. Also, gives the users a sense of distinction, and therefore it's considered ideal to the guest rooms because the focal point is the communication between people. It's like you are gathering the people to each other. The designers tend to create a feeling of balance, whatever the balance is, asymmetrically, symmetrically, or radially. It can have an effect on your client's perception of your space. In turn, help them to form an impression of your company culture. First impression by hire registered interior designer to create interior space that reinforces your company brand. And that was all you need to know about balance. And we will continue in the next video and talk about the other principles, so don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell so you don't miss anything. But before you go, tell me in the comments what is the hardest balance you've seen today, which one you like the most. Leave a comment and let me know. And if there's anything I can help you with, if you have any question, just tell me. I'll be glad to help. Have a nice day and good luck.